Hey team, happy Monday. So I am back at my desk. I feel like the past couple weeks have been scatterbrain, just not on routine. And I've had my dad here and my mom here, and it's just been chaos. So I'm so excited to be back at my desk and back on my routine. I wanted to share with you guys my takeaways from my personal development this morning. And it's funny because my interpretation of what was shared was totally not, I don't think, what Grant Cardone was implying. But Grant Cardone, if you don't know who he is, I mean, he's incredible, but he's very intense. And he is, let me turn that off. He's the author of Be Obsessed or Be Average. He's the author of 10X Rule. And the book that I'm reading right now is called The Closer's Survival Guide. Along those lines, I think it's The Closer's Survival Guide. And it's good, but it's very business oriented. Where the 10X Rule or Be Obsessed or Be Average, still you could kind of, put things into life. But The Closer's Survival Guide is just that closing on a deal. He refers to that as. He also, I think he refers to another book, Sell or Be Sold? No. I don't know. Shoot. He refers to another book that he's written all about selling also. So it's very business oriented. I kind of sometimes have to plug through because I don't like those types of books, but I also know that I need to grow and kind of gain a business interpretation of things also. So reading Closer's Survival Guide by Grant Cardone, and he was sharing why people struggle to close. And he was just kind of rattling off, bullet points of why people struggle to close. And for us, why people struggle with, closing on enrolling a client or enrolling a coach. So the one that I really wanted to touch on was the belief, right? He said, if you don't have belief in what you're selling or what you're offering, like you may as well just count that as like throw it away, right? Because if you don't have belief in what you're offering, how are you going to be able to promote that, sell that, whatever it might be? And my terminology is going to be salesy because that's how he talks and that's what this book is about, and it's just the easiest way to explain it. So he's talking about, you have to have belief in what you are selling, which is so true. For us, our business is birthed on belief in you and belief in what you have to offer, aka our products, our programs, our community, our support, everything. So it's birthed on belief in yourself and in what we have to offer. Okay. So I loved that he brought this up because if you don't have that belief, unshakable belief in that you could help someone or that you have a solution for someone, that's going to show your insecurity or your lack of belief or lack of confidence or whatever. It's going to show. And that's okay if you're just getting started, right? But that's the importance of being a product of the product. That's why it's one of our vital behaviors, because by you being that constant challenger and being on your journey yourself, that's going to build your belief. Okay, that's going to build your belief because you're getting results, you're growing your mind, you're bettering yourself from the inside out. So that's why it's so, so important. Do not put personal development or product of the product on the back burner because, I need to invite or I need to, do whatever else. No. Number one is you growing yourself and being a product of the product and personal development, because this is it's a growth journey, right? So what he shared was, his example, and I really loved this, how he tied it together, is think of a nonprofit. Think of how well they close, right? And when he said that, I was like, that makes so much sense. Because he said, think how successful nonprofits are, or think how passionate a nonprofit is. And that right there, it just goes to show there's no kind of expectation, or there's no someone who's working with a nonprofit or who's, promoting something with a nonprofit. They don't have that almost kind of, I don't even know how to say it, but I know a lot of people feel this way with inviting. They don't have that expectation or that stigma in the back of their mind where, well, shoot, I'm going to get a commission off of this, or I'm going to get, an income off of this person enrolling, and they almost back off, or they have that almost fear or that insecurity inside because they don't want someone to feel that they're selling to them, right? Does that make sense? Do you feel that way? To where you feel sometimes, maybe never, maybe all the time, that when you're talking to someone and you're at that end point of closing and getting them enrolled, where you're like, oh, I really feel that, you almost hold back, or that's when you almost kind of get timid with, it's okay if you're not ready now, or you kind of, you hold back on the urgency of getting them started because in the back of your mind, I hope they don't feel like XYZ. I hope they don't feel like I'm just selling them something or whatever. So fear, like I really feel like a lot of fear around inviting is revolved around that. So I want to change that mindset, and I totally took a different turn from what he was talking about, but that's the beauty of personal development. You take your interpretations and you run with it. So don't fear inviting or don't feel that, oh, okay, I'm going to get a commission off of this, or I'm earning an income, because think of everything that person is also going to gain. Think of the relationships, think of the community, think of the results, think of the mindset shifts, think of everything that person that you are going to get started, client or coach, what they are going to gain from them enrolling with you, by you closing the deal, right? And it was kind of like a full circle moment for me, because I hope that by almost changing that mindset of think like a nonprofit, right? Take the expectation out of the game. Forget about the income, forget about the commission, forget about what you're getting, and put everything on them. Put everything on what they're gaining, the goals that they have, right? Dig into their emotional level. Forget about you. It's not about you, right? This is about so much more than you. So act like a nonprofit with every person that you're talking to, or think of this too, kind of another twist to this. Think of something that you're passionate about. I'm going to use hunting as an example because I'm drinking out of my hunting coffee mug. It says, I might look like I'm listening to you, but in my head I'm hunting. One of my girlfriends got this for Jameson and I for our wedding shower. And I thought it was so funny because it's very true. Anyway, think of something that you're passionate about. So with hunting, right? Think of your favorite bow or your favorite gun or arrow or whatever it might be. And if you shoot the biggest buck of your life or whatever, okay, maybe I shouldn't have used hunting. For anyone that's against hunting, I apologize. But think of something that you are so passionate about, and then you have an amazing experience with it. You're going to want to go share that with other people, right? You're going to want to go share that with your hunting buddies. Like, oh my gosh, I have a diamond bow. I use, what arrows do I use? Whatever, rage. So, I use the diamond bow, I use rage this, and just you're sharing with them what you're so passionate about and what's worked for you, and you want them to experience that same experience. And you're not getting anything in return, right? So go in like that. Go in with those expectations with nothing in return, and everything that they're going to get as your client or as your coach. Okay. So think of that. I hope that kind of helps with kind of, shifting that mindset to, yes, everything in life is a sale. And yes, ultimately we are closing the sale or closing the deal, but don't think like that. Think of what everything else that, is involved after that sale. Think of the solutions, think of the results, think of the relationships and all the incredible things that person is gaining after that sale, because you have something amazing to offer and you have to lead like that. Okay. Share with passion, share with belief. So I hope that helps you guys. That was just a huge epiphany moment for me, that I wanted to share. If anyone kind of struggles with inviting or just talking with people or sharing a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. So comment any questions below, and always, you guys, feel free, if I am your direct upline or not, message me if you guys have questions. Schedule a call with me. It's in the cover photo of our team page here. Never, like, don't feel that you can't schedule that call, because I love one-on-ones personally. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful Monday.